Hey everybody, what's going on? Sharpe here again. I'm going to finish up some Greece and Alexander the Great notes here. We last left off with the Greeks beating the Persians in the Persian Wars, and now, as a result of the Greeks worried that Persia is going to come back again, they formed this league. And it's a military alliance between the Greek city-states saying that if anybody is attacked, then all the other Greek city-states will come in their defense. And Athens said, hey, we'll be in charge since, we were the ones that essentially beat them, and Sparta, they didn't want anything to do with it. They just wanted to go back to Sparta and train and keep their slaves in check. And so Athens essentially said to everybody, why don't you guys just pay us money and we'll develop the Navy and the defense, the soldiers and all that to defend everybody. So just pay us money. And all of a sudden, Athens had this huge amount of money coming in from all of these city-states, and they were fine with it. But after a while, people realized that Persia wasn't coming back. And when they realized Persia wasn't coming back, they decided that, well, maybe we don't need this, we're going to stop paying. Well, Athens said, no, we need this money, all right? You're going to keep paying us. And it was important for Athens to keep getting this money because this was the time that they were building the Parthenon, and like I showed you the pictures of the Parthenon there, but when it was at its glory, it would have looked something like this inside, and absolutely amazing. Its architecture, this frieze up top here with the detail. There's the other one that is 500 feet long that goes around this, this frieze here that has been being restored, and that are absolutely just brilliant pieces of architecture and all that for the time period. This is also the time that Athens is paying people just to come sit in on juries. They're providing free plays, dramas, and tragedies at the amphitheater for people to come and just watch free shows. And all of this is possible because the money coming in from the Delian League is now being shifted away from military and to this kind of greatness of Athens. The Olympic Games, the theater, the democracy, all right? All of these things are being paid for by essentially other Greek city-states. And Athens is truly an amazing place at the time. However, people aren't too happy about it. And so when you're in ancient Greece and Athens is not treating you very nicely and you want to go to somebody to help, you go to Sparta. And Sparta takes offense to this idea that Athens isn't, treating people nicely, and Athens kind of gets a little lippy with them. And so Sparta says, all right, shut your mouths or you're going to get into trouble. So Athens tries to kind of go against Sparta. And what they do is they go down and they get in the ships, because remember, Athens has the stronger navy, and they surround Sparta and the Peloponnesus there. Well, the problem is that Sparta is self-sufficient. They don't need trade. They don't need to bring in food from other places. They're not worried about their economy because they really don't have an economy. Everything they do, they just do by themselves. So the barricade around the Peloponnesus doesn't work, but it does upset them that Athens would try to do that to them. So Sparta does the same thing, but this time they march a bunch of soldiers up to Athens and surround the city of Athens. Well, everybody in Athens that lived outside the city came in, so they didn't get killed when the Spartan soldiers came up, and the city was overcrowded. And meanwhile, now they're cut off from food. They don't have the trade, the money that they need to come in because they're being barricaded in, and a plague breaks out in the city of Athens. And their greatest leader, Pericles, also gets sick. He dies, and it doesn't turn out well for Athens. So as a result of this Delian League, and then the Spartans kind of forming their own Peloponnesian League, it starts the Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta. And essentially, the results of it are Athens is going to go down. Their greatness is pretty much done forever. And Sparta is going to be on its way down as well. So, which is going to lead to the rise of Alexander the Great. And he is up in northern Greece and Macedonia there, and he is a son of King Philip II. He's trained and taught and tutored by Aristotle. He's a great military mind, and essentially he sets out, conquers Athens and Sparta, all of Greece, and then sets his eyes towards Persia to make Persia pay for all of the pain that they inflicted on them during the Persian Wars, and essentially takes his empire in a matter of like 8 years, from just being a city-state in Greece all the way to India. Conquers Egypt, Persian Empire, and gets into India, to where he's wounded a little bit and catches a fever and essentially dies. All right, all by the age of like 32. So pretty impressive in what he's able to accomplish over such a short period of time. But that is Alexander the Great's empire. His legacy is that he had set up across his empire all of these Greek city-states and colonies, and it fostered trade. Alexander the Great adopted a lot of Persian political organization. He kept the idea of toleration and education to be important. And that is like his legacy, is that Alexander the Great truly united Europe and Asia together and created such a permanent trade network going across. Opened up tons of libraries, centers for learning, and did absolutely just solidify the Silk Roads. Now, when he dies, he has to turn his empire over to his generals, and you can see, like in the green, that's Ptolemaic Empire. The yellow is the Seleucus Empire, which is the second Persian Empire. And remember, so that's a Greek empire that is going to be running there in Persia until the Parthenons take it over and bring it back to Persian rule. The funny thing about the Ptolemaic Empire is that the last Ptolemaic ruler will be Cleopatra, and she will be the one that dies with her lover Mark Antony, and battling Rome and Augustus. So good stuff. Hope you learned a little bit, and I will talk to you later.